As of 2024, there are no active football players under the age of 27 with a Ballon d'Or. Now this sounds mental, but it has been the case for like 12 years now. The last time an under 27-year-old won it, excluding Messi and Ronaldo, obviously because they started the dominance, 2007 when Kaká won it at 25 years old. And in 2007, it had been 11 years since the last time there were no active under 27-year-olds who had won the Ballon d'Or, because Owen had won it at 21 in 2001 and Ronaldo had won it at 21 in 97, meaning that these last 12 years where no active under 27-year-old has won the Ballon d'Or is 3 more years than the whole history of the award since its inception in 56, which is really confusing, but it basically means that there's only been 9 years where an under 27-year-old has held the award for a period. This is the average age of the Ballon d'Or winners from the past 60 years, and if you take it away from the Ballon d'Or winners, we're basically looking at the average age of the best players of the decade. And obviously at the start in the 50s, you see the average age is quite high because I guess it's early days of football. But ever since then, you know, every decade where you see the best players in the world, the 60s with your Pelés, the 70s, Maradonas, your Van Bastens, the average age has started quite low and slowly progresses up to the 2020s where there's an average age of 33 years old, the oldest it's ever been. And with Salah probably the front runner for next year's award, who'll be 33 at the time, the trend looks to continue up until the mid-20s. So does this tell us that the prime football age will always be 27 to 32, which is what I learned as a kid, and clearly statistically it is still the case now? Or does it just tell us that there has been this golden age of players relentlessly, and in the past 20 years they've just held the crown? Obviously Ronaldo 97 at 21 years of age and Owen 01 at 21 years of age really brought the average age down in the 90s and 2000s, but otherwise that age has slowly been going up until now. And of course Ronaldo and Messi have dramatically skewed this data in the past like 13 years, but with a massive focus on young players nowadays. Like, you know, it's all about potential. You're paying huge money for these 21 to 23-year-olds nowadays. Just look at the most expensive players in the Premier League, your Enzos, your Caicedos, very young players. You're paying for potential now, which has not always been the case. So there's a huge focus on youth right now. It feels like these youth can keep up with the demands of the physicality at the moment as well. So will we see the second half of this decade drop? Well, obviously you've got your Vinnies, your Haalands, your Palmers, your Lamine Yamals, of course, who will all be under 27 in the running for that 2026 award. So could we begin to see the age drop back down in the second half? I mean, every decade seems to have a 21-year-old win the award, so Lamine Yamal 2028? I don't really have too much of a conclusion to this data because I don't think there is one yet. I think it's just more of a trend because these kind of football trends are really interesting to digest. There might not be a conclusion, but they're really cool to look at and starts conversation. So if you like this kind of stuff, give me a follow and we'll look into it a bit more if this does well.